Hello, everyone, and welcome again. This is Sandra Pradas Martin, your parent and self-leadership coach. And I want to take a moment to share with you that something that took place with my son not too long ago that really warmed my heart, and I think also was an opportunity to share and emphasize how all the small things that we do during the day, for us who are choosing to more consciously, to more purposefully, to more with intention rather, parent differently, how all those moments snowball into some really great, wonderful moments. And so the other day, my son was really upset and frustrated about something that had took place with some family members, and I hadn't known that it affected him so much that when we came home, he went upstairs and I heard him from a distance crying because he was upset. And so I let him take that moment before I went upstairs. And so I let him, again, be there for a bit. And before I went in, and I checked in with him, and I asked him if he was up to sharing with me what was making him so upset. And he did. And he sat with me on his bed and he told me what was going on. He shared with me his perspective of what he was interpreting, which is then what made him so upset. And so I took the time to just listen. And let me just say that is a powerful tool for us as parents to just simply listen. I think many of us jump into the box of fix it and problem solving mode, when often one of the most powerful tools in our toolkits as parents is simply to listen without chiming in, but rather just asking questions. And that's what I did, a lot of asking questions, clearing up and clarifying what it is that he was interpreting. And at the same time, offering other interpretations of the situation in order to then, again, in that moment, help open his eyes, open his mind into all the other possibilities that might have been going on, and that the situation may not have exactly meant that one thing that he was interpreting, but many other things. And so that's a really key way as parents in these kinds of moments to help diffuse what it is that is actually going on, and also teach and build that awareness muscle, not only for ourselves, because we have to be good at practicing it, but to teach that awareness muscle of our children, that it's not just one way that something might have gone on. For every story, there's two or three or more perspectives or interpretations to it. And so already taking that moment and that time to teach that, so that things don't get taken personally, so things don't get locked in that box of feeling frustrated or resentment, etc. So we took a moment to talk through some of those other possibilities, and even just talking through some of those possibilities, I could already see him kind of relaxing a little bit, not feeling so attached to that one interpretation he was having. And so, we kind of moved on to something different and spent a little bit more time. And then, of course, we never know how a child is, still sitting with something or ruminating in their head, that when it was bedtime, it was my turn, because my husband and I alternate between, my daughter and my son for some quality time. So it was bedtime and I was with him and we were getting settled into bed, and he shared with me, he said, "Mommy, I'm still feeling really angry." And I said, "Okay, that's okay too, to feel upset and to feel angry." And we talked through maybe one or two things we could do the next day. And so that was fine. He was in his bed and we were going to do a little bit of a routine that we do. We always do a gratitude practice every night, and he wasn't up for it. He wasn't in the mood. He said, "Mommy, I don't want to." I said, "Okay, that's fine too." And on his own, this is what really warmed my heart. On his own, I saw him just kind of breathing really calmly, really slowly, with long breaths. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to interrupt his flow. I didn't want to interrupt his own method of what seemed to be him needing to kind of calm himself down and calm his mind down. So, and it's like somewhat dark in the room, but I could see him like lying down, and he lifted up his fingers a little bit and started counting some of his breaths. and he was just quiet. And he was doing that for a little bit, enough so that I thought maybe, or it seemed that he had maybe fallen asleep. And as soon as I checked in, he said, "No, no, mommy, I'm not done yet." So he did it a couple more times. He said, "Okay, now I'm ready, mommy, to say what I'm thankful for today." And so that's what we did. And so I was so proud of him, and I wanted to acknowledge that. And I said to him, I said, baby, I have to say, I'm so proud of you for taking the time to breathe through feeling upset and to calm yourself before going to bed so you have a really good night's sleep. And we had a great little kind of night recap, and off we did our routine, and off he went to sleep. And again, it was such a wonderful moment of all the little things that we do as a family, that I do as a parent and as his mom, to redirect off negative emotions or things that get us frustrated, to then take a step back and teach ourselves, to teach our kids how to take control of something and make it work for us rather than against us. And so I wanted to share that with you, because I know many folks ask about ways to redirect emotions when they're real, when they're raw, and when they're visibly making our children upset. And so I hope this was a helpful tool. If you have any questions, feel free to share them and ask me, either via email or on my Facebook page or in the comments below this video. My email is sandra@selfbalancedsolutions.com. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to the next time. Enjoy.